This program features live coverage of an African safari and may include animal kills and carcasses. Viewer discretion is advised.
This is why the Niconico Pride is such a firm favourite.
It's Kinky Tail.
It looks ready for a fight. This is still her territory. The Avoca boys are here to stay. Ooh. How insane was that?
Good afternoon and welcome to today's episode of Safari Lives, where the theme will be animals and their injuries and the healing process after that. It's been a very exciting week here on Djuma, with lots of all sorts of wonderful animals, but we'll get to that in a minute. In case you are worried that I am injured, as you can see, I'm fine, I'm healthy. These are all wonderful props. That was a mosquito bite though, so that's necessary. Yeah, ouch, exactly. How exciting. Right, so I hope you're ready for another fun-filled 2-hour special that we have every Monday, in case you haven't joined us before. Now, we're outside here in the tent in the Sabi Sand of South Africa. And, well, we've been very fortunate, not just here, but also in Kenya, to have seen some amazing things this week. Let's go take a look. There have been no shortages of sightings this week. We finally met one of Shidulu's cubs. Sibuya, a leopard that we don't get to see very often, graced us with her presence. And finally we figured out where Tundi and Tingana have been all this time. The Niconico Pride spent a few days on Djuma before moving south in search of something to eat. The hyena cubs are growing up quickly, and we can add one more to the play group as Ribbon's little cub poked its head out of the den for the first time. The Investec pack of wild dogs have been running riot all over the northern Sabi Sand these last few days. The Mara team have been battling thunderstorms but have still managed to keep an eye on the Sausage Tree Pride. The North Clan have been their normal selves and entertaining Lauren most afternoons. The Salt Lake Pride are thriving and surprised us with some new cubs. Exciting times in the Mara Triangle. All those wonderful animals that we've seen, and lots of new ones too. Right. Guess what we're going to do right now? Because we're not going to show you the Sabi Sand just yet because the team is out scouring for some animals. But instead, I'm going to send you all the way up to Kenya, to the Mara, where Lauren is driving around. Her hair's blowing in the wind. And I wonder where she's off to.
Good afternoon and welcome to the calm after the storm. It has been an incredibly rainy day here in the Masai Mara in Kenya, but it has finally cleared. The rain has gone and here we are out and about with this huge tower of giraffes. Let's take a look at them. They span from the right all the way to the left, or the left to the right, whichever way you want to look at them. It's a complete mixed group of giraffes, and there's actually some young ones in there. I almost forgot to introduce my cameraman. How rude of me. I have Big James on camera with me today, and I'm just going to get James to give a little look at the two young ones. There we go. Very, very young giraffes, and look how fluffy their ossicones are. Isn't that just adorable? I can't actually believe how small they are in comparison to the adults here. So we were on our journey along the road, and of course we've just came across this huge group of giraffes. And giraffes by nature are very gregarious, so they don't really have a social structure as such, but they like to be around one another, males, females, and even the young ones. So they do like to be around one another. They're very gregarious. So we are going to have to drive past them very slowly somehow, but we just thought we would show you these adorable giraffes. But for now, there's someone else who wants to say hello, so let's go all the way back down to South Africa.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this 38th edition of Safari Lives. I know I'm the third person to say that to you, but there it is. My name is James Hendry. I'm wearing a new shirt today in honour of the 38th episode of Safari Lives, and on camera, Senzo Three Fingers Mkhize, all the way from KwaZulu-Natal. We are here at the Djuma Clan Den, where the Vov found Ribbon this morning with a very tiny little cub, and that is Ribbon. And here comes another adult now, looks like June, and so we're hoping we're going to have some interesting hyena stuff going on here over the course of the afternoon. My characters this week are the hyenas here. We'll take you through some interesting times that Tushala had with Shidulu last week in the show, but we'll show you the highlights of that, and then also an unusual visitor. Oh my goodness. It's at times like these that one is extremely glad not to be a hyena. I haven't quite picked up who the new one is that's arrived. Probably dominant to Ribbon. Oh look, here we have a little one coming out. That looks like one of June's babies, and so it is, yes, I think it's June that's just arrived. Ribbon looks like she's either about to vomit or is in a state of high distress. I think she is certainly subordinate to June. This is absolutely fascinating. Let's just check here. Yeah, and here comes another June baby. So we've got two of June's cubs. Now here comes another one. That's either one of Pretty's or it is the inimitable Plonk, who is, of course, yeah, look at that. You'll never see that in a textbook. You'll read that never happens. Did you see that, everybody? I don't even know if June realized, but an unrelated cub has just suckled from her. And again, this might be a first. This might be a first ever recording of this. This is absolutely fantastic. We've been telling you for years that it doesn't happen, and I've often wondered if perhaps it does. That's Pretty's cub, that one. It's just come out. That is really interesting. I'm sure that it happens from time to time. And now, suckling from Ribbon. Unless I've misidentified Ribbon, but I'm pretty sure, no, not suckling from Ribbon, greeting Ribbon. I don't think there's suckling. I think that's greeting. Yes, it is. Now, I'm pretty sure that this stuff does happen, but it hasn't been recorded, and I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be tolerated for long, but still very interesting. Now Ribbon's backing off. June's coming back up. Wowee. Absolutely magnificent. No, Eric, you're absolutely right. Animals don't care much for textbooks, which is just great. That's what makes this so fascinating. Otherwise, we wouldn't learn so much every time we come out here. Now, Ribbon's gone round to the other side. Now, I wonder if her very small youngster isn't about to pop out there. There's just so much going on here. All right, while I try and reposition, let's go and have a look at other goings-on at this very den from the week.
This week at the Juma clan den was a busy one, especially as all 5 of the clan cubs are now in residence. On a late summer's afternoon, the embers of the day filtering through the verdant vegetation, there really is no better place to be. June, the youngest mum, has tattered her ears somewhat, making her slightly harder to recognise. But her cubs were in no doubt. While Pretty wasn't around much, her cubs used the security of an adult presence to explore around the den. Plonk, in characteristically precocious fashion, insinuated himself on all situations. Interestingly, his mother, the matriarch, spent 2 afternoons searching for and then disciplining her son, perhaps growing a tad overconfident for his own good.
Right, so that's what went on here, and although it's been very busy here, it's now got even busier with another addition to this. Well, it's not the biggest den they've ever had, I must say. So it must be pretty crowded and stinky down there in the night. So Ribbon now obviously not very comfortable. She's wandering around making those low grumbling sounds. June has almost climbed into the den there. You can see her there. And I'm sure she's suckling her youngsters. There they are. And interestingly, I'm just looking at June now from behind. No, I think that's her. I thought maybe one of her teats had been torn, but I think that's her pseudo-penis. It is amazing. It's so great to have a den back here, and so great to be able to come and learn so much more about these animals. Alright, I'm sorry everybody, apparently the stream is a bit kawula. I'm not sure exactly what's wrong with it. We're going to go to a technical loop for a little while. I hope we'll be back very soon. Right, and so we're back. Hopefully everything is now sorted. I'm not sure what was wrong, but there we are. We haven't moved. The June is now emerging from where she's been suckling her baby. Not sure exactly why there's so much activity here right now, but it is very exciting. Ribbon's gone around the other side. We haven't seen Ribbon's baby yet, although I believe the Vov did see Ribbon's baby this morning. Go. That cannot be comfortable. Having a good suckle. We'll just give us a minute before we move back around there, because I'm not sure that that hyena is going to enjoy lying in that particular position for a very length of time. Alrighty, let's go across to the Vov. He is also out here at Djuma at the moment. He is looking, I think, for one of his characters.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another episode, of course, of Safari Lives. My name is Steve, joined by Craig on camera. And, well, the characters for myself this week have basically revolved around the Investec Wild Dog Pack, which came and went, and we don't know where they are today, but you do know that these dogs do come and go, so we might get lucky. But then the other set of characters that I do have this afternoon is indeed... Sorry, folks, it seems like we are losing signal. We're going to go to Tech Loop.